We're here at a place full of history, the Titanic Museum. And this year they're honoring the 135 children that were on board. So come along for a powerful and humbling experience. Guys, I'm a first-class maid Phoebe here today. Phoebe, how are you?
I'm good.
And can you tell us where we're at right now? I mean, obviously this place is gorgeous.
We are at the Titanic Museum attraction in Branson, Missouri. We have been here for 17 years now, and we are standing on the grand staircase.
This is gorgeous. So, apart from having a lovely staircase, what is the Titanic Museum?
Well, when our guests come through, you're given a boarding pass that holds the real story of a Titanic passenger.
Oh.
And as you travel through the museum, you basically travel along their journey. You see their artifacts, their photographs, you see parts of the ship that they would have experienced over 100 years ago. And by the culmination of your tour, you find out if they were a survivor.
That's kind of scary to think about, honestly.
It's very touching. It's very moving sometimes.
Absolutely. And you guys are having a new exhibit opening up.
Yep, just opened up very recently. This year we're celebrating all 135 children on board the Titanic. So we have hundreds of new artifacts and their photographs, their family stories, things that we haven't had in years, and some things we have never had before.
That is fantastic. And do you think we can get a look at that?
Absolutely. Follow me.
Ooh, I'm excited. Let's go, guys. And this is fascinating. Can you tell us what this is?
Yes, this is one of our new exhibits for the children of Titanic. These are some of the 1912 Edwardian fashions for the little ones. So you've got some of the little Buster Brown hats they type would have worn. You've got the lovely dresses, all the buttons there. Now, the shoes fascinate me. It took so long to get all the little tiny shoes and all the little tiny buttons on them. You just imagine 100 years ago, because these are real. These are not replicas, recreations. These are authentic 100 years ago.
Wow.
Think of the little tiny ones bent down with their little fingers, putting all the little buttons on their tiny shoes. Oh.
And how did the museum get all this?
Well, some of these things were actually owned by our museum's owner. Others came from some private collectors. But putting them all together was one of the first exhibits that we did for the children of Titanic. So when you come through, you not only get to read one of their stories, but you see how they would have been dressed on board over 100 years ago. Absolutely.
And you said there's another area where they have...
Yes, our children's gallery. This was just the, literally, the window shopping for the children's gallery. We'll head there next if you like.
Absolutely. All right, Phoebe, so where have you brought us now?
I have brought you to the Children's Gallery, and this is my favorite room if ever I'm not assigned to a specific post. I love to come in here and just share the stories of the children on board the Titanic. And we have some artifacts that we've never had before in here, and we've had artifacts that have never been in this collection together before. But I absolutely love it because every one of these children, these are all the little wee ones on board Titanic, every single one of them has a story to tell, and that's what I love doing. I'm a storyteller by nature. And so when people come through and I'll notice them pointing to a family, I'll be like, oh, let me tell you about this family. And oh, let me tell you more about this artifact. That hat ribbon was bought in the very barber shop on board Titanic.
Oh, wow.
That was where you bought your souvenirs, was in the barber shop.
That is amazing.
And that little boy, today happens to be his uncle's birthday. He was on board with his aunt and uncle.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, I guess.
Right? And that's what we love to celebrate as well. It's not just telling their stories, but it's making that connection of, today's a special day for him, and, oh, it's that little girl over there's birthday too. And we love to make it real for our guests when they come through, because it's not just a piece of paper with a story on it. It's not just a picture. This little girl had a story with her mother and her brothers and sisters. Her mom was coming over to be an au pair.
Oh, wow.
For the Colgate family, very wealthy.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for your time, Phoebe.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be amazing for anybody who wants to come see this.
Yes, and we are open every day, 9 a.m. Come see us. Get your tickets ahead of time, because some days in the summer we do sell out. But absolutely, come and see us and meet all the children on board the Titanic.